Hi girls, as usual, I am super beyond upset that I'm not there. So I made this lovely video just in case you missed me too much so you could hear my voice. We're just gonna quickly finish this packet starting on page 7, and then you guys are gonna actually work on your Navi blogs. Okay, so we're on page 7 in the packet, number 35. So we were talking about Yeravam and how he was super jealous of Rechavam. So he decided to build those calves, remember the 2 golden calves, so that everyone would worship them and not go to Yerushalayim, to the Beit HaMikdash. So the first question that we're going to do is number 35. Where did he put them? Okay, see on the PowerPoint, one was in Dan and one was in Beit El. Okay, and I just want to show you on the map why, those 2 lines are there, it's kind of annoying, why those 2 places were there. So you can see actually this should be almost the same map that you have. So you could try to circle them. Here's Beit El. Oh, and Dan was actually covered, so let me just move this a little bit. And here is Dan. So why these 2 places? If you see geographically, one's all the way up north and one's kind of towards the center. Obviously, he doesn't really care about Yehuda because that's not his Shevet. He doesn't really care about Binyamin because that's not his Shevet either. Like all the other Shvatim that are his, Reuben's kind of the furthest, but all the way up to Dan. So why did he choose these 2 places? And that's going to be number 36 on the lines. Beit El, well, first of all, they were chosen for the geographic locations. Like, it was easier for people up north to go to Dan and easier for people down south to go to Beit El. But Beit El in the south was chosen as a symbolic place because Yaakov once described it as a house of Hashem. So since it was already called the house of Hashem, Yeravam was like, that's great. Like, I'll use it. This is not 37, I'm sorry, it's 36. Since it was already called the house of Hashem, he's like, I'll use it and people will agree to go there. Dan was chosen as the northern center, and these were made for Bnei Israel to have an easier time traveling. So feel free to pause this video at any time if you need to finish copying. Okay, so, number 37 is actually missing, so I'll write it here. What does the pasuk mean by this became a sin? So originally, let's see if I can type it. Okay. Originally, Yeravam meant for the calves, not like the team, for the golden calves, to be a way to connect to Hashem. However, over time, it became Avodah Zara. Not Azara, Avodah Zara. So that is number 37. How do I make this bigger so you could see it? Oh, here we go. Okay, that's number 37. Okay. Now, what did he do in Pesach Lamed Aleph? So not only did Yeravam do the golden calf situations, but he also made his own Beit HaMikdash, and he chose random people to be Kohanim. Like, he didn't choose the real Kohanim. He chose, random, Joe and Bob and whoever else to be Kohanim. And number 39, why didn't he actually choose, Kohanim and Levium? Well, one reason, the first bullet, is because the Kohanim and the Levium would never ever agree to be part of his Beit HaMikdash. They're holy people. They know that Yeravam is a fake and a phony, and they would never ever agree to be a part of his fake Beit HaMikdash. Second reason is, symbolically, he didn't like the idea of heredity. Like, he didn't like the fact that just because, someone's dad is a Kohen, that means that his son gets to be a Kohen and his grandson. Obviously, he didn't like it because he's not a part of it. Like, Rechavam is a part of it because his father was the king and then his father's father was the king. But for Yeravam, he was chosen at random, so he kind of felt like, I want to choose other people at random. So B, symbolically, he did this to get rid of heredity and entitlement, which he felt strongly about since he wasn't the son of a king. Okay, so that's the second bullet. Okay, now, number 40, what else did he do in Pesach Lamed Bet? So here's the Pesach. V'yas Yeravam made Chag, a holiday, b'chodesh hashmini, in the 8th month, b'chamisha asar yom lechodesh, on the 10th day of that month, kechag asher b'Yehuda, like a holiday from Yehuda, v'yal al mizbeach, and he went up to the mizbeach, ken asab Beit El, that he made in Beit El, lizboach, to give a korban, la'agalim, to his calves, asher asah, that he made, ve'emid b'Beit El, as konei abamot asher asah, and his kohanim worked there. So what, besides the fact that he made a fake Beit HaMikdash and all that, he also made his own holiday. Okay, and why did he do that? Okay, so what was his logic in making his own holiday? That, you know, people, he couldn't really stop everyone, no matter how hard he tried, from going to the Beit HaMikdash for the Shalosh Regalim. So he kind of wanted to, like, add, like, an encouragement. Like, okay, guys, like, you're going for the Shalosh Regalim, but what about my holiday? On my holiday, you can go to my golden calves because they're super important, too. So people would still end up going to the Beit HaMikdash for the Shalosh Regalim. So he wanted to encourage people to also come up to his calves for his holiday so that eventually he could, like, try to win them over. You know, so the picture that I put here is power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. That, you know, you're of this all became like a crazy cycle of craziness, and it's because of how much he wanted power and how jealous he was of Rechavam, and he really couldn't let that go, and he ended up causing the entire nation to do crazy sins, not to mention the amount of sins that he did himself. Go back now to page 6 and fill out the title and picture. Okay, with your sub, you guys are going to go up to the computer lab. In the computer lab, you're going to update your blog from either Rechavam or Yeravam's point of view. Name your blog. What perek are we in? Perek Yud Aleph? Oh, no, hold on. What perek are we in, girls? Perek Yud Bet. Name your blog Perek 12, just so I have an easy way to find it. Include one picture, and you have to include the entire perek. So even if you're Rechavam, you still need to include the Yeravam part. I mean, Yeravam would be easier to include the Rechavam part because he was there. But if you're Rechavam, you could say, like, oh, I heard through my kingdom that this was going on with Yeravam. Okay, girls, the blog is going to be due on Wednesday, but you really have class time today to work on it. So really, you should be doing it today. All right, miss you.